guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon, and this is going to be your weekly oracle reading for the week of February 15th. So, um, this is a pretty crazy week. This is going to be a crazy week for me personally. This is Monday will mark 5 days before my 30th birthday, so it's going to be one of those weeks where I'm just going to be really pulling cards for myself probably every day to give myself advice, to give myself things to look at and just kind of guidance, because the day of my birthday is going to be crazy. It's going to be very, very intense. I feel like it's going to be intense, going to be emotional. I'm beginning a whole new group of age group. It's like a whole new, a decade, I guess. No, not a decade. It's just a whole new age. Like being 30 is different. It's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be similarities, but it's going to be different. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that pans out. But anyway, for this reading, I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot and the Magical Unicorns. I just felt really called to kind of mix the two. The Witch's Tarot can be a little bit not truth, but like harsh. And this card came out. It'll put it out there. It'll literally tell it like it is. That's what I mean to say. So I felt like that would be great to match it up with the Magical Unicorns, which is a little bit more happy, positive messages. So it'll be really interesting to see what the two can say to one another, like how they work out. And I like to do that. I like to mix decks that may not be I like to mix decks that would go good together, but then I also like to switch it up a little bit and just see I wonder how these two decks would work together. Okay. So the way this reading works is I pull 3 cards from the Oracle to resemble the beginning, middle, and end of the week. And then I pull 3 cards from the tarot to just kind of give us more advice or insight that maybe the Oracle isn't as clear with, or, the tarot. It's kind of cool just to see the tarot's perspective with the Oracle deck. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And one more shuffle. Okay, so this is the first card. I'll to remember that. I'll put it on top. Okay. Beginning of the week, which is Monday, Tuesday. We got water. Drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. So this is a card of telling us to start off our week being healthy. Start off the week being healthy. I also feel like this is just a call to take care of yourself. This is a call to really, focus on your needs, your important needs, the needs that are going to help you keep you healthy or build you up. So pay attention to that. Drinking water is healthy. It's going to, cleanse you and clear out your system. So it's a good way to start the week, is to start the week being healthy. Start the week making the right choices. Let's see what the tarot has to say. We got... we got the Ace of Cups. So that's so funny, because it's a cup with a bunch of water falling out of it. So it's kind of like symbolic for this, like drinking lots of water. So that's so interesting. I also feel like this is just kind of showing that, starting off the week, this might be the beginning of a quite emotional week, which for me, this actually rings true for me. I think it's going to be quite emotional. It's going to be full of emotion, full of ideas. It's going to be inspiring. I really feel like we should start the Monday, Tuesday with just tapping into our creative side, being creative. Also communication, communicate, let the feelings flow, let your thoughts and your feelings and ideas flow from you. So I really feel like that's also symbolic for the Ace of Cups. And then also the fact that it is an ace card, which is, new beginnings. Starting fresh, starting over, we're starting brand new, a Monday, typical. It's like symbolic for all of that. So I really love those 2 cards together. That's really interesting. It's just so interesting how that works. Okay, so middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, we got creative. Draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. So creative, middle of the week. So we're already kind of starting the week off really good, positive. We're filled with a lot of ideas and emotions. Creative is going to come next. So the middle of the week is, being really just tapping into your ideas, your inspirations, and putting them into work. Actually doing something with these ideas and these inspirations that you have from the beginning of the week. Be creative, journal, paint, draw, whatever it is that you do to kind of have that creative outlet. The middle of the week is going to be the time to do that. It's going to be a time where you're going to feel just very very called to just to show off your creative talents and release a lot of inward feelings and ideas from within out onto paper when you're actually creating. So that's going to be interesting. The tarot we got is the High Priest, or this is also the Hierophant. So typically, like, the High Priest or the Hierophant is, I always think of like following rules, guidelines, a system. So I think that this is kind of like, to me, it's kind of the opposite, because I think like creative is free flow. And then you also have like the High Priest, who is like very regulations, rules, having a guideline, a set schedule, that type of thing. So it's kind of interesting that the tarot threw that out there. This might show that there might be some, maybe some of us are going to be a little bit pulled in two different directions with our creativity. Like, we might have one way that we want to express ourselves, but then another way that we one way that we want to and one way that we do. This could also come into, for me personally, this can be like the side of me. There's a side of me with some people, there's a side of me with other people. And I can't let the two mix. I don't like to. So that could ring true for me personally. I guess from like a personal perspective, this might be something that a lot of you guys can relate to. A creative side to you might be free flow, but when there's certain people around, you can't really let that side of you come out. So I feel like our creative side is like the shadow side to us, maybe, or just one of those sides where only certain people are allowed to see that and experience that from us. So I really feel like that's what this direction is going. It's really interesting, at least for me personally. But let me know in the comments, you guys, what you think about this two card combo right here. Creative and the High Priest or the Hierophant. Let me know what you guys think, because that would be really interesting to see your perspective on that. But I really feel like it's kind of like being pulled in two different directions, kind of having two different personalities types, a way that we are with some people versus another group of people. And then the end of the week, which is the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got finish what you started. You started something important, and now it's time to complete it. So the end of the week, this weekend, is going to be all about finalizing those projects, finalizing those ideas, those journal entries, those, whatever it is that you've started in your life. This weekend is going to be the weekend to really get shit done. This is the time for you to just finish it and be done with it. So finally ending a project. And as we all know, I'm sure you guys know too, that sometimes it's hard. It's hard to finish projects that we start because we get so sidetracked and so busy with life in general that it's sometimes hard to keep track of what we started, but really focus this weekend that we get it done. And then the tarot we got is the Magician in reverse. So that's interesting because the Magician is about creation, manifesting, using the tools on the table to make beautiful things. In reverse, it could show, it's been a process. I think a lot of us have been procrastinating. A lot of us have been distracted, perhaps, with other situations. Life can definitely get in the way from projects that we want to complete. But the Magician, to me, is just telling us that, it's a time to finally get it done. Stop procrastinating the things that you know you need to do. The end of this weekend is the time to really, get that stuff done. Stop procrastinating and just get through it. So we can move on. You can move on to the next project, the next step, the next phase. So that concludes your weekly oracle reading for the week of February 15th. I wish everybody a beautiful week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.